Hey JC, how are you?
Everything's working. Is everything up and running?
I can
Ah,
hear
there we
you.
are.
Yo,
Hi Mark.
how you doing, man?
Great, thank you. How are you?
Good. Oh, I love this painting that you have behind you.
This one used to be in our studio. You've seen it
No,
before.
I
Before.
know, I know, I know. Hold on, let me text my friends, see if they're on the.
Your
Yeah,
flat
I'm
looks
on.
the same. I recognize it. I
I'm on.
recognize the Killing Joke, the
Oh
pictures in
yeah,
the
yeah,
wall.
yeah. I actually bought that one. He had an exhibition a couple of weeks ago, and my boyfriend Lo bought me that one.
Oh yeah, how is Lo? I remember him.
Yeah, he's all right. He's in the garden working,
Oh nice.
just as he should be.
Well, thanks so much for agreeing to join me. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I'm kind of really interested in chatting to you about your work,
Okay,
which
great.
I'm very impressed by. I
I
have to
know.
say, you sound fabulous too. You really sound like a New Yorker.
It's a funny thing. It's really good to be back in New York. I love New York, but there's always a part of me that misses being in London. And we left at such a strange time because it was sort of still the middle of the pandemic. There's
Okay,
always-
right.
So there's always regrets, like if COVID hadn't happened, who knows, we might still be there.
Mm,
Who knows what would have happened.
yeah,
Mhm. And I guess tying it into the paintings, that's kind of one of the themes, sort of um, the feeling of sort of being in between two places at the
exactly.
same time.
My first stop in London was actually Brixton to pick up my BRP.
Really?
Yeah, so I landed, and then the next morning we went to Brixton to pick up my BRP.
That's so funny. That's
And
interesting.
then and then I was telling me that oh my God, yeah, I remember this. She was telling me you lived in Brixton,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was
She
telling
came.
me
She
that.
came.
Yeah.
She came. We had a party after 1 year of living in Brixton, and she and John came to our first flat to a party there.
Oh,
Um,
how nice.
yeah.
Brixton is Brixton is Brixton. It's, it's
Can you hear me,
amazing and kind
guys?
of
We can
resilient.
hear you.
Can you
Good to
see
Oh,
see
me?
you.
yeah, I
Bless.
can see you.
How are
I think
you?
very well. Thank you for joining.
My pleasure.
It's great to be able to speak to you both. I was just asking how things are in South London right now. I was hearing there's local.
Oh, marvelous.
Okay,
That's
good.
marvelous.
Um, but the first painting I saw of yours was the greengrocers in Brixton Market.
Oh yeah, which one is
You know, with the stripy
yes, yeah,
green
yeah,
and white.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, well, I don't know
yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah, I know
Um,
exactly which one you're talking about.
yeah, at the corner is
Yeah, of
and
Brixton of the market at Electric Avenue.
yeah, and that was the first painting I saw of yours, and I was like, ugh, wow, because it was something I saw every day,
Yeah,
and which was sort of shown back to me in a different way, in your eyes.
yeah.
So it was really great, and you were really important to me
Oh, thank you. I
as an
didn't quite
influence.
say.
Yeah. So my question was, I was surprised that even though you've gone back to the US and to New York, who for me is like a painter's dream,
Mm,
why are you still painting Brixton
I
when
know.
you've got so much in front of you? That's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's a good question. I would say that I still had some ideas left over that I wanted to I felt like I had unfinished business with London, and also in many ways I just missed it quite a lot. It refers to that experience of being an immigrant, but even if you are from somewhere, always feeling like an immigrant, even if you are American or you are British or something like that. There's
Mm,
the feeling of being part of something, but also feeling a little bit foreign, no matter what. Uh,
Everywhere.
yeah.
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 And if
Yeah.
you're from
Has
many
being in New
places,
York like changed how you're painting and what you're making?
a little bit in that when I came back, I had always, for a long time, I was making exclusively watercolors, so on paper. And when I came back, I switched to, well, I didn't switch, but I started making oil paintings in addition. Uh, and so you'll see that all of the London paintings are watercolors, all of the New York paintings are oil. In a way, it's sort of like a code, so you can tell which is which. But I guess in some ways, because I had done oil painting in the past, and I was returning to something in the same way I was returning to the country I had lived in before. So there was sort of a parallel in terms of becoming refamiliarized. Aloha.
Hi, Adrian.
Good to
Sorry
meet
about this.
you. Or,
Yeah, you too.
Hi, Hal.
Salut, Marc.
Salut, salut.
Do you find, I mean, one thing, so I'm French, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm from two places, I
Yeah.
suppose. Although I've been here now for
Many
almost
years.
for 30 plus years, 30 years. I arrived in 1995.
Wow.
So I've been here and I'm 54. So I was
Yeah.
24 when I arrived. Well, I was actually 23 when I arrived to study at Camberwell College. But there is this thing of, I don't think I would want to live anywhere else than London now,
Of course, yeah.
but I'm still a foreigner.
Yeah. Kind of.
There's something I think a bit more kind of solid
Yeah.
about oil paint. I mean,
Yeah.
watercolor is kind of a bit more fleeting and
Exactly.
delicate.
Exactly.
And I think, lots of your work in Brixton is sort of, it captures Brixton from a particular position.
For sure.
And in a sense, I think the watercolor, given that it's kind of almost hyper realistic as well, I think again kind of reinforces that slightly detached
The outside
position.
perspective.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think that's true. I
Whereas
also
oil
like,
paint is
And
more kind of involving.
if I may add a quick comment, it also, I mean, I don't particularly like watercolors specifically. I mean, it can be very effective, as in your case, but I think it does kind of add something to I wanted to say the ghostliness of the
yeah.
vibe, which I was just looking at the picture that you sent us,
Okay.
and I did feel it was the word ghosts came to me because
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether it was the background that was kind of ghost-like or the figure. So it's quite a nice thing. And then I saw that on the inside of the whatever it is brochure that you
Yeah.
sent, you quote the special, it's Ghost Town,
Yeah.
and you also say something else, some other quote with ghosts in. So I thought, well, yes, I completely get that.
That's definitely I'm glad you picked up on
Belonging to neither.
that was exactly that was intentional. And I do like with watercolors the kind of atmospheric effect of the translucency, and then you have the kind of veils of color. And also, to me, it was very suitable to kind of, you know, uh, the weather of London as well, like an
I don't know
overcast.
what you mean. We
Well,
have
I know, I hear
wonderful
it's
weather.
beautiful. I know.
Leslie, tell him about yesterday and today.
Yes, I know
Today,
it's been
we've had
glorious.
2 wonderful days.
Hey,
Yes,
everyone loves Poundland.
could you explain to Americans what Poundland is?
Cheap. They find an old building that's obviously a cinema prior, or some such, or an original old-fashioned
I think it used
supermarket
to
from the
be
past,
exactly.
and they take them over and they sell. Technically, it was originally everything was a quid, but everything's as cheap as you can make it.
Yeah.
I go there. I don't care.
Americans, I have to explain what Poundland is. They don't get it at first.
It's like the dollar store.
Exactly.
It's like the dollar store, yeah.
I think part of the issue is that, not to be rude, but in America, pound is like a slang word. It basically means like shag.
It's brilliant. Shagland. Excellent name.
They think it's a
Fuck a
sex
lot.
shop.
Yeah, great. It would be. You know, they've got good cheap range. And I know one day I went in there and they were selling vajazzles. I'm not sure they knew what they were. They were in the decoration department.
For a pound?
I think so. I didn't really look that closely, my dear cousin. But yes, they were definitely vajazzles, and they were in the do-it-yourself hobby section. I don't know if they knew what they were. I left them to it.
So this one is actually of the building in which Mark and I had a studio.
Yeah.
We were upstairs on, I think, the first floor, right? I think,
First floor.
yeah, first floor by is by European standards. Americans call it a ground floor, first floor. But yeah, we were up here somewhere here. There was once a Poundland in it. By the time I left, the Poundland had already gone. I think it was some kind of furniture shop or something like that.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah, the
'cause I-
Brixton Mall.
Yeah, but it's not Brixton Mall, it's the building next door.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's still like little malls and independent shops and little Chinese places, fortune
Yeah,
tellers,
yeah.
braid shops, that sort of stuff. It's like a little sort of community thing,
Yeah.
where sort of independents trade.
Yeah.
Quite rough and ready.
Well, what really interests me is actually the juxtaposition of the Poundland, which is kind of, cheap and
Mhm.
cheerful,
Mm.
against a classical piece of architecture
Exactly.
behind it,
Yeah, like
which is really
beautiful.
refined and elegant, and in a sense, it captures this kind of duality about Brixton.
reality. Yeah,
That on the
perfect.
one hand, it's kind of got these wonderful spots in it, and on the other, it's an area of substantial deprivation.
We could call it a shithole.
Yes.
And it's snowing again.
It's snow.
Yeah.
I'm very. I don't put it in all my paintings, but it's in a lot of them. It doesn't snow
love
that often in London, but it does once or
Yeah.
twice a year, maybe, I think.
Mm.
I mean, one excuse that I shouldn't admit to is painting snow is easier than painting rain, I think. But also there's to me, I don't know what it is about snow, but there's a very nostalgic feeling about it that I like a lot.
I love the mirror effect also of
Yeah.
Yeah, the shoe, the mirror of her shoes, yes.
The title of this piece is Pomp and Circumstance. That's somewhat tongue in cheek. I was thinking that this figure is processing through a landscape where the architectural memory of empire is interrupted by a modern vision of a more humble Britain. And somehow, especially during Brexit, like this grand building with a Poundland that was shuttered in the base, somehow captured the feeling of something that had once been very powerful, diminishing in the world, basically.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that is quite a remarkable statement, isn't it?
This one's at the cut through of Tulse Hill Estate.
Yeah, I know that. I walk past that all the time.
Yeah.
So
And if you
that
look,
looks pretty much the same now, except for no snow, obviously.
and there's
Leander Road, I think it
yeah,
is.
exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
It is Leander
It's a
Road.
Wow,
cut through from
Leslie,
Leander Road to
you're like Google
Hotel.
Earth. You are.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's because I spend a lot of time looking at your paintings, so
Oh, thank you.
I just know I'm able to locate them.
If you hadn't shown the houses at the back and the shard, I would really think this is somewhere in Long Island City. I don't know why, but it's just like, it could be Long Island.
I like that. You're probably one of the few people in London who has any idea about Long Island City.
But it's also kind of what's interesting about this painting too is that the relationship between the figure and the building. I mean, the
Yeah.
figure is very small,
Yeah.
and the building is huge.
Yeah.
There's a sort of, again, an idea about kind of not having access to or not belonging or not being in control of or whatever. It's quite, do I mean desolate? I don't know whether I do, but yeah, it is a little, I think.
I think what I was interested in, which I did a lot in my previous series, Mark, was that I like this idea of this of the sort of the vernacular architecture, the typical London houses having this sort of castle-like or fortress-like appearance. The way there's a tall wall, um, there's this wooden structure above that is a like a screen or I don't know. I was thinking about those gates at castles that you pull up. I think the portcullis, maybe it's called. But there's also this doorway here that has been bricked in. So there's this idea that this is like an impenetrable wall, basically.
I actually know the building.
Oh, really? You know
Yeah,
it? Oh,
I
wow.
live it. It's about 150 meters from my home,
Oh,
um,
wow.
on the corner of Lambert Road and Branksome Road.
Okay, that's right.
And the people were actually trying to change the address, which is one of the reasons why they bricked the
Oh,
door in.
right. Okay, I see.
They wanted to be an address on a different street,
Hmm.
which was kind of a strange thing to do, but there we are.
Yeah, I really like this one because it's the contrast between the sky, which is
Yeah,
blue, and the wall, which is red. So it's complementary colors.
right.
And then the shape of the building at the back is really satisfying.
I
It
painted.
is New York then.
It is. So this is an area called Gowanus, which was once quite industrial and is now they're building a lot of new tall apartment buildings in this area.
I like the red hue of that. Is that a fire or a light from
It's meant to be a
a
light from an
red
ambulance, or
light?
police
Yeah,
car,
yeah,
or
gotcha.
something like that. But it's sort of meant to represent this unseen, mysterious, frightening event that's out of frame. So the light here is purely from my imagination. I painted this from reality, but I imagined this flashing red light. Um, so in a way, both sets of paintings are kind of a nostalgic act because the paintings of London are me remembering the places I used to live, and the paintings of New York, although they're made here, are a memory of me thinking about New York during the height of the pandemic. Because your family, uh this shadow here is meant to be Bryn. I don't
I
know
can
if
get
you
that.
can
Yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah,
of,
yeah, 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 yeah. The silence.
yeah,
Certainly, I mean, my immediate kind of reaction in terms of comparing them was between, you know, cool and hot.
yeah,
So the Brixton paintings are sort of, yeah, fairly cool.
hmm,
Whereas this, the temperature is a bit higher here.
yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, so that suggests, yeah, it's a bit more menacing, I think.
This painting is it's around the corner from my studio. There's many sort of empty lots in New York that I assume have been purchased, but no one's built anything of them. So there's a kind of bizarre wilderness that starts to sprout up on them.
I love it. I think it's my favorite of all of them. It's
Oh, thank you.
I really I love the composition and the fact that so I've just been zooming into it,
Mhm.
and it's almost like you could have another painting within the painting.
It's interesting because it makes you feel like this person is almost lost in
Yeah.
the city. The city is almost swallowing that, the human is so small and overwhelmed by by the construction,
Yeah.
by the city, really.
It's meant to be an idea of this space that's in between things. And that in betweenness is sort of an idea that permeates through all the paintings, people who are in between worlds, between countries.
But there's also growth in between.
Yeah, exactly. So it's this kind of bizarre no man's land in this space. The name of this painting is the Northern Ireland Protocol, even though it's a painting of New York. And that I mean, this is going back to Brexit negotiations, but that was because Northern Ireland represented this kind of no man's land
Yeah.
between Europe and the UK. And so it was a way of referring to that
Oh,
feeling of
no,
a no
I
man's
get
land.
that now. I
Yeah.
didn't at first, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
I didn't manage to relate the
No, I
title, but
didn't.
now I can. Yeah.
That's why
Democrat.
it's so good to talk to the artist. I think this is a brilliant idea, Adrian, to
Oh, thank you.
so
It was meant to be kind of an online studio visit in a way. So
Well, also, I love the idea of Brixton appearing in Manhattan. You
yeah.
know,
yeah, I like it. I
I
love that.
really like that idea.